we are starting the bag. Hello and welcome. I'm Tina, and this is Not That Deep, where it's not that deep, but we do not that deep. So I'm hoping to finally start the bag now. I am hoping to use this yarn I got. It's from Knitcraft in the Return of the Mac range in the color Sage. So I saw this pattern online on Pinterest. I will link it up here. And I can't quite find a pattern for it. But in my mind, how hard can it be to freestyle? So we're gonna give it a go. Now, this yarn calls for a 6 to 7 millimeter hook for crocheting. So I'm going to be using my trusty wooden crochet hook that is in a 6 millimeter. I'm gonna try and freestyle this pattern. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, so stick around to find out. And yeah, let's get started. I just love that first chain of a project. Like, it can lead you anywhere. But when you have to start working into it, like, I find that's like both the most challenging and rewarding parts, because it can grow so quickly, but it's also so fiddly to work into. Oh, and by the way, for my fellow beginners, this has been sped up a lot. I'm just not the fastest crocheter, so it did take me some time before I started to see any sort of real progress. So this is the next time I picked it up after a few days. Like, you can actually start to see some sort of fabric now. It's nice when you don't have to think too much about a project. Like, you can work on autopilot and just get your stitches in. Here I am chatting away. My freestyling's actually somehow working. Like, look, I've actually got the structure, it's coming together. The structure of the bag was part of the reason I chose to use a cotton yarn, because I just feel like it's a little bit better at holding its own structure. Here's another view of me getting my stitches in. Double crochet is actually how I learned how to crochet, so it's one of my favourite stitches to use. It just becomes a really sort of mindful task for me. Look at that shape. See, I think that's going to stand. That's looking rather promising to me. So at this point, I've been working in rounds, sort of just extended up a little bit so that I could make what will be the handle. Finally snipped off that continuous yarn. Now I'm hoping to get that same sort of handle done on the other side. So here I am connecting this new piece of yarn onto the existing bag to try and create a handle on the other side. I'm basically working over the end so that I don't have to weave it in later on. So at this point I'm thinking, you know what, things are looking really, really good. I mean all that's left is really to add my accessories in between the two handles. So this is the one that I had at home, and this is obviously up on the screen. You can see what the Pinterest inspiration bag had, but I just found that mine were a little bit too small for the handles I'd created. The handles were too thick for the accessories. I just thought it just wasn't proportional. So I took myself back over to Hobbycraft to try and see if I could find something in the accessories aisle, and found no luck. Eventually I asked the staff, and the closest they had were these ones, which were even worse than the ones I had at home, so yeah. So at this point we're properly freestyling. I needed some sort of accessory that was going to be proportional to the size of the bag, so we made one. I guess at this point you haven't got a hardware clash, have you? It's going to be the same fabric or colour as the rest of the bag. So I made one of these loops, and then I ultimately went on to make another one that I interlocked with the first one. So at this point, all that's left is to join the hook that isn't connected to the other handle, and then that's it. So this is the final bag. What do you think? It's very different to the inspirational piece for a few reasons, but I do think, you know, it has its own personality. If I was to make another one, I would absolutely make some changes, probably even the yarn choice. I'd probably go for something shinier, which the inspirational piece has, but this doesn't, just to add to the overall look. Let me know what you would add or change. If you liked this, I've got more beginner projects on the way, so don't forget to subscribe and grab your free crafted starter kit that I put together in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.